Okay, so it's January 2024, and you just want to know how good is the on streaming box versus the tried and tested Amazon 4K Fire Stick, which still, even today, is one of the most popular devices available on Amazon. Now, let's talk about those real life tests, Wi-Fi speed tests, opening up the K application, browsing speed tests, opening up the third-party streaming applications, which ones you can use with a custom launcher, can you expand the storage, and really the stuff that you want to do on a day-to-day basis. Let's find which one is the real champion. So test number one, Wi-Fi speeds. Both these devices support 5 GHz Wi-Fi, so not the latest Wi-Fi 6 standard, but let's see what kind of speeds we can get. Now, both these devices are fairly close to me, and I have the internet router downstairs. Okay, let's start firstly with the on streaming box, test number one. Let's see what kind of speeds we can get downstream. Okay, so as I mentioned in my previous review, I was actually very impressed with the quality of the Wi-Fi speeds. And we can see test number one, we received 406. The reason why I'm not doing the two devices at the same time is there'll then be contention issues with both these devices trying to fight for bandwidth. So we can do them one at a time. Okay, test number one on 4K streaming box, 406 meg. Let's test that again. Test number two, again, we're getting very close to, we have 428 meg for test number two. And for the final test, we have 385. So very impressive, very respectable speeds. Okay, let's now jump over to the trusty 4K Fire Stick. And just to confirm, this is the Amazon 4K Fire Stick, which is running Fire OS 6. So not the later 4K Fire Stick Max, which runs Fire OS 7. Okay, so test number one on the 4K Fire Stick, not terribly far off. So test number one, a little bit slower. So we have 351 on test number one. Okay, so test number two is also similar speed. So that's test number two nearly completed, and we'll do one more test. But it looks like we can say that the on streaming 4K box is going to be the winner in the Wi-Fi speed test. And the final test, again, very similar. It's good that it's consistent. It's 353 meg downstream. So yes, the winner of the Wi-Fi speed test is the $20 on 4K streaming box. Next up, we have the third-party streaming test. So we can see this is one of the most popular applications available both for your Android TVs and your Amazon devices. We can see both of them are running 251, and we're just going to do an application launch speed test. So which device launches these applications quicker? And I know that the application has been fully launched is once we can see all of the movie banners or the thumbnails fully loaded. So let's try that now. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so 4K Fire Stick had the logo first, and it looks like just a fraction of a second the 4K Fire Stick was actually faster. Let's back out of that. Let's full stop again. Full stop, full stop. Let's launch again. So this is test number two. So ready, steady, go. Okay, so definitely we can see the 4K Fire Stick does seem to be a fraction of a second quicker at launching this application. And final test, maybe I'll show you guys the remote control so you know that this is not sponsored or I'm being paid by anybody. So just so you can see, it is going to be more or less at the same time. So 3, 2, 1, go. Come on, I think we can definitely say the 4K Fire Stick is a little bit faster. I mean, we're talking fractions of a second, but as you can imagine, certain applications are more optimized on certain ecosystems. So maybe this particular one is just written better or more efficient on the Amazon devices. But I mean, hey, if this is the application you're always using, then we can definitely say the 4K Fire Stick wins on this one. Let's go back. Next up, we have official streaming. So something like Netflix. Again, we can see both these have been full stopped. Let's now do an application launch speed test. So 3, 2, 1, go. Let's see which one is quicker at getting to the profile stage. Looks quite close at the moment. But again, we can say the Fire Stick is a little bit faster. Okay, so that's test number one. Let's go back. Okay, so test number two for Netflix. So ready, steady, go. Okay, so the logo was quicker on the on box there. Is that going to show the profiles first? No, it's not. So once again, we can see very quickly it is just a few seconds or moments quicker. 4K Firestick wins again on the application launch test. And the final test is going to be 3 out of 3 for the Amazon 4K Firestick. Ready, steady, go. So we can see logo always shows quicker on the 4K streaming box, but it seems like the Amazon 4K Firestick seems to load the application that little bit quicker. Okay, so Amazon 4K Firestick won both in the third-party streaming test and also the Netflix test. Let's now do the K application. Okay, so we can see the same version of the K application, the latest version. This is a slightly bigger application. Let's see which one launches first. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so the Firestick had the logo loading first. Oh, all right, so that was I would say a little bit quicker again on the 4K Firestick. So let's terminate that, exit. Let's do a full stop. Actually very interesting results. So far when it comes to application launching, doesn't matter if it's third party, official, it does seem, well, let's do test number 2 first, but it does seem like the Amazon 4K Firestick just seems to always be a few paces ahead. So ready, steady, go. And we can see, yeah. Now, as you guys know, the Amazon devices run Fire OS, which is a cut down version of Android. Cut down, stripped down, or lighter version. And because it's lighter, it means it's more optimized, it's leaner, and it generally means that it can run on much less memory. On Android TV, they do have a lot more things enabled, which we could say maybe it means that it's a bit more bloated than the heavily stripped down, locked down version of Fire OS. And that could be one of the reasons why we're noticing these applications just tend to launch faster on Fire OS versus Android TV. Next up, we have custom launcher. Now, as you guys know, as on the Android TVs, we have lots of options. We can install Button Mapper from the Play Store. We can install Launcher Manager from our website. Lots of different options, and literally on those devices, I can press one button, ready, steady, go. In a few seconds, we are instantly taken to a custom launcher. So just if that's your thing, then it's just so much easier running a custom launcher on these Android TV devices than the Amazon devices. So in that way, the 4K streaming box definitely wins on the custom launcher test. Next up, we have storage, or specifically expanding your internal storage. Now, unfortunately, on the Fire OS 6 devices, because they're running Android 7.1, there's no easy way for us to expand the storage on the Amazon devices without typing in some ADB commands. I mean, I've covered this many times in the past. Yes, it is possible, but it requires that extra manual configuration. Whereas on the Android TV devices, I can literally just pop in a USB drive using an OTG cable, but directly from the user interface of the Android TV devices, I can say I want to format the drive as internal storage and then very easily move my applications over. Kind of like what we can on the newer Amazon devices like the 4K Max. Basically, if your device runs Fire OS 7, you can also do this process very easily. But as we're comparing this with the 4K Firestick, which runs Fire OS 6, on those devices, the only way to expand the storage is again by typing in some manual ADB command. So again, in terms of convenience, in terms of ease of use, we have to give this point to the 4K streaming box. Overall, guys, it was an interesting, few tests that we did. I was surprised that the Amazon 4K Firestick won every single test for the application launching, just because the device always just seems very sluggish to me. I mean, maybe comparing that to the third generation Fire TV Q, but we can see in these application launch tests, it won every single time. And it goes back to my point about, these devices are very lean, they're very cut down. And because of that, maybe this is why these applications just launch a bit quicker. Now, on the Wi-Fi side, we saw that the on device completely destroyed the 4K Firestick in every test, around about 50 meg or so. So probably it's got a better Wi-Fi chip in there or just a better Wi-Fi signal, but it definitely beat the 4K Firestick in every test. But really, when it comes to the functionality, which is if you want to use a custom launcher, as you guys have seen, it's just so much easier on the Android TV devices compared to the Amazon devices. It is very, very similar, guys. I wouldn't say one device completely destroys the other device. It is very, very similar. So it is going to boil down to personal preference. But the way I see it, especially if you can pick up the On 4K streaming box for $20, I definitely think everybody should have one of those if you can get it, maybe just as a backup device, as a spare device, maybe for the kids' room, or maybe as a travel device. I definitely think that device is very, very good, very, very capable. It's just a shame that you can't get it in all locations. That's pretty much for this video, guys. Many thanks for watching. Do leave me a comment below. Let me know what you thought about the different tests that I did. Really appreciate your support. Do like and share this video, and I'll hopefully catch up with you guys real soon. Thanks.